Hello Nerdfighters, DFTBA and all that. It's currently just gone 11 o'clock and so I am accepting the challenge of making this video in a short period of time and getting it uploaded before it becomes tomorrow. New haircut, beard trim, and Katniss was an idiot and fell off. And because I don't have any stuff that I used to stick her to the wall, she's rolled up in a tube, so you get my base instead. This week I want to try and make you think. I want to try and make you think about the books you read a little differently. There's been a few posts going around on Tumblr that I've seen. It's that post which says that no two people will read the same book in the same way, something like that. I've had this idea for a video for quite a while now, and it's based around this book. I read this book a few months ago, and it's been playing around in the back of my mind for quite a few months now. But it's something which I wanted to have a wee chat about, and that is what this video is going to be tonight, hopefully without being too lengthy and without requiring too much editing on my part. Now, the idea for this video came to me when I saw a post on Tumblr which was one of those awkward moments posts, and it simply said, that awkward moment when someone calls the monster Frankenstein. And I paused for a second and clicked reblog and simply typed, but are they wrong? And it's this question that I've been thinking about whenever I come to this book, and it's this kind of idea of who the monster is that's been the focus of my attention and my consideration when it comes to this book. Now, from the start, everyone calls this monster that Frankenstein creates a monster. It's described as being this huge creature that's created from parts of old cadavers and resurrected through this technique using electricity. But what's actually monstrous about it? I mean, aside from it being overly sized, sickly yellow in colour, and being constructed from parts of dead bodies, there's not a lot which is monstrous about it. At the beginning, it's just this dumb creature which doesn't know anything. It doesn't know how to talk, it doesn't know what this world is about. And in actual fact, it's Frankenstein that displays a lot more monstrous traits than the creature he creates does. He develops this technique for resurrecting dead corpses using electricity and develops this god complex. In the words of Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park, he was so caught up with the notion that he could do it that he completely forgot to consider whether he should. He became so involved in constructing this creature and building it, and it got to the final point where it was the moment before he implemented this electricity procedure, and he had no doubts about it. But from the moment he created the creature, he completely reversed his view. He completely regretted it and completely hated this idea of what he'd done. The creature he creates is a monstrosity on very basic terms. He completely regrets going through with the experiment and thoroughly turns the creature away, runs him off. And this is where the creature's descent into monstrosity starts. When it's created, it's essentially a blank slate. It doesn't know anything about human society, about us, about itself. It doesn't understand where it's come from until it learns later on, and it does so very quickly. And it descends into monstrosity, not through the way it is, but through the way it's treated. Through the way it's treated by a Frankenstein, by others, by just a society that it finds itself in. People look at it and see it as a monster, so therefore they treat it as a monster. This creature doesn't know anything about the world, and so it becomes the monster, because people construct it as a monster. Throughout the book, Frankenstein is driven more and more to despair and becomes even more distraught with the fact that he's created this monstrosity, and that the monstrosity is causing all kinds of hurt to him and to his world. It eventually wants him to create a mate for it, a female version, which Frankenstein initially agrees to do, but then doubles back on his word and backs out of his commitment. Up until the end, the creature's behaviour is categorised as monstrous, because that's what everyone sees it as. That's what everyone believes it to be, so therefore that is the only way it believes it can live. As the book comes to a close, Frankenstein dies, miserable and unhappy, pursuing the monster, and the monster disappears into the distance, above the Arctic Circle. Now, I'm not normally one to overanalyze books and to dig too deep into what they mean. I tend to look at them and read them as they are, as this work that the author has posed to me, and that what they want to say has been said. But I finished this book wondering what it was trying to say about these characters, about the monster and Frankenstein, and where this dichotomy between the good and evil is. Was there even a dichotomy, or was it just this big melting pot of badness? And this is where I want to leave you tonight. When you see people call Frankenstein the monster, and you instantly feel yourself going, "Oh, you silly, Frankenstein isn't the monster," just stop for a second and ask yourself, are they wrong? Sarah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. DFTBA.